Get ready for chills and thrills at Hometown Haunts and Hops Horror Convention here in Plymouth, Massachusetts. Join us for a spine-tingling day of horror-filled fun on October 28th at the Mayflower Brewing Company. Meet horror actor Matthew G. Taylor from Resident Evil and dive into a macabre world of cinema and literature. Sip on chilling brews, indulge in ghastly treats, and immerse yourself in a haunted atmosphere. Whether you're a horror buff or just seeking an unforgettable experience, Hometown Haunts and Hops has it all. Don't miss out on the eerie excitement. Secure your tickets now by heading on over to Inebri-art.com. Go to our events calendar, and in October you will find the link for Hometown Haunts and Hops, which is sponsored by HalloweenNewEngland.com. HalloweenNewEngland.com is the website for the truly Halloween obsessed, with the most extensive guides to New England haunted houses, ghost tours, classic horror film screenings, jack-o'-lantern festivals, haunted hayrides, and more. They've got all the thrills covered throughout September and October, with over 2,500 Halloween events on their events calendar and hundreds of local Halloween attractions. It's the only place you'll find everything from haunted history tours and costume contests to which haunts are open on Thursday nights. HalloweenNewEngland.com has your Halloween covered and is sponsoring Hometown Haunts and Hops this year.
Cross the line, the Gulf Stream. I've been in Tampa Bay, around the Horn, and home again, 'cause that is the sailor's way.
Oh, am I on?
Do you forget how
It's
to do it?
been so long since we've been doing this. Welcome back to the Old Colony Cast, a podcast about all things Plymouth and surrounding areas. It's been... How long has it been?
It's been a long time.
It's been a very long time. So if you were going to do like at least...
A little before March.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it wasn't the month of March, because it was February.
Yeah.
Last we recorded.
See, it's been like 6 months.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So if we're rusty, that's why. But a lot's changed, so we figured we'd do like a little just state of the colony. You like that?
Yeah.
Just came up with it just now.
Yeah, I love
So, well, let's start with why the hell have we been silent for 6 months, Hannah?
that. I had a baby.
Congratulations,
Thanks.
which we've said before, but
Yeah.
Yeah, that's not
officially.
news, but
Yeah.
it
This
happened.
This is not we have not been holding on to that congratulations for 6 months.
Yeah.
Well, and like I think we said that I was going to be out on maternity leave.
Yeah.
So like
Yeah.
people
But it's been
have-
6 months. They probably forgot.
Yeah. In case you
They're probably like,
forgot.
oh yeah, this podcast still happens.
Yeah, it does. Yeah, that was quite a thing. He's still kicking, so we're doing all right.
He's adorable.
Thank you.
Yeah.
He's a chunka.
Yep, he is.
Yeah.
He's a good guy, local guy.
Good guy, local guy. That is my favorite thing.
He's a good guy.
Good guy, local guy.
Born right in Plymouth.
Yeah. So, can we say his name?
Yeah, Walter.
Walter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
And I'm anytime like I text Hannah, I'll be like, "How's old man Walt?" Because that's just like,
Yeah.
Yeah. Walter is not a baby name.
It's
Yeah.
a seasoned name. I wanted to make sure he had a name that suited him at
Age 70.
yeah, retirement. So,
yeah, it makes sense.
Yes.
'Cause-
But we didn't lean into this at first, but we've definitely just picked it up. He's like, we just call him Wally.
Wally.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like that's normal.
Yeah.
You know, like nicknames of some kind.
I call him Walt, I think, more often than not.
Yeah.
Yeah, but everyone's thinks Wally is like the cutest.
Yeah.
So they're like,
And then like probably like middle school is when he'll be like, "I want to be called Walt."
yeah, or something.
Walter. Or
Just yeah, switch it up on us.
Like my nephew Parker, everyone used to call him PJ. And
Oh,
then
yeah.
he got older and he's like, "Yeah, no. Don't do that."
I was gonna say, I was like, was it just Park?
Nope. No.
Thought I'd ask.
Yeah. I remember when Zoe was getting older and she's like, "I have a nickname now." I'm like, "I know, Sweet Pea." And she's like, "Oh, you call me Sweet Pea."
Yeah.
And I'm like, "Yeah, that's your nickname." She's like, "No, my nickname is Zoomaster Flash." That's pretty cool.
That is a cool nickname.
It is a pretty cool nickname.
I'm sorry. I don't care how cool your kid is. You can't give yourself a nickname.
I don't think
I know.
Zoe gave it to themselves. I think
Someone else called your kid so master.
I think
Flash.
it was like the teacher at daycare or something.
Okay.
Oh, okay. My nickname was Guppy.
Guppy. We knew that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
You've run into that before.
Yeah.
Yep.
It can cause some confusion.
Yes.
Because people don't know my real name. To this day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I wonder what that's like.
You know. 2 fish in a room.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Our new podcast, Two Fish and Andy.
What else has happened? So yeah, Walter's good. He's going to be 6 months kind of soon.
Has he got a job yet?
Is he like looking to move out of the house?
He's looking to move
Is he
out of the
looking to move
house.
out? Is he looking for his own place?
He's Gen whatever. his
I have no idea.
What generate? Yeah.
No clue. He's not even looking to move out of my bedroom yet.
Bunch of
so-
slackers.
Yeah, right.
He's got to pull himself up by his booty straps.
I did take him to, even though we live in Wareham, I was feeling nostalgic, so I took him to the Plymouth Public Library the
Yeah.
other day for the first time. He's still a little too small to like.
Read.
Yeah.
They have like a kids like area with other things like puzzles and bright stuff, even stuff for like babies. They're in case anyone didn't know, and you're really bored with your kid, it is like very accommodating for all ages. So if you need something to do,
That's cool.
you can go there. But yeah, he's just and like a little too small for me to like feel okay about him touching things that other Julie kids have touched.
You're right. Yeah.
So I was like, ooh, okay, let's just look.
Because also once he starts like getting secondhand drools when he gets sick all the time, which then leads to you guys getting sick
Yeah.
all the time.
When I was there, I wanted to check in on the time capsule they have. Do you guys know about this?
I do sorta.
I do not.
I knew there
Yeah.
was a time capsule.
There's a
That's
time
why.
capsule.
Yeah.
I didn't realize it was built with the library. That library was built in 1991.
Really?
Opened in
Oh,
1991.
that's not
Oh,
that
it's
long
not
ago.
old.
No. And I was like, what? Because that's when we moved to Plymouth. And I've talked to 2 different people.
2?
Yes, 2. And they both have had someone put something in the time capsule.
Oh, interesting.
Just randomly. Like,
Do we know what's in there?
no.
I mean, we know 2 things that are in there.
So it was my friend, her parents put her would-be name or possibly her name. She forgets. So it's either the name I believe they thought she was going to be a boy. So it was her name if she was a
Oh,
boy.
so like even before she was born?
Yeah, it was
Oh,
before
interesting.
she was born. Yeah, she's a little bit younger. So yeah, and then my other friend, her mom worked at Town Hall at the time, and I'm sure they were just like, "Hey, we're doing a time capsule," or what. That's what she told me. Like, you want
Yeah.
to put something in, and she had something in there. She didn't know what though.
I just find that like time capsules to be weird.
I went through a major obsession with them when I was little,
Yeah.
and I've been literally looking forward to this thing opening my entire life. Like
When is it supposed to open?
2041. I thought it was opening like in less than 10 years.
Was that like 50 years?
18.
No, I mean like from
Oh,
when
from
it
90
Yeah.
to 40
yeah,
years.
50
50.
years.
50?
Yeah.
Yeah.
See, to me that just doesn't sound that interesting. Like
It's like, I don't know. It's just been around since it's been a fixation, especially because when you go into the library, it's a window like 4 by 4 inches,
yeah.
and you hit a button and it lights it up, and otherwise it's just sitting in darkness in this weird little
I've never
room.
even noticed that.
See, now
Not that I
I'm-
go to the library a
Now
lot.
I'm more annoyed that it's not buried. I feel like time capsules should be buried.
So yeah, we used to bury our time
That's
capsules.
what you do with time capsules.
But I'm pretty sure we were inspired because we used to go to the librry all the time. And
Yeah,
we-
and you'd like push the button.
I was like obsessed with it.
Yeah.
Like, just let me see. I gotta go to the time capsule. I was,
Yep, it's still there.
yeah. Oh my god.
it's not 2041 yet. Okay, moving on.
But I'm pretty sure when someone did the math for me when I was little, because I was like, when am I gonna see this thing open? Someone said I would be 41.
Yeah.
So like in my mind, that's the age I've had. I'm gonna be 51.
Oh, I see.
So I have to wait another 18 years. But for people who didn't know, you have to like buy a ticket for the opening ceremony. You can't just like show up.
That's weird.
I just found that out. I heard
Wait, they're
it.
selling tickets now?
I guess so. I need to find out how to get one, but
Like, do you get to pass it down if something happens?
I think so because like my friend's mom bought it for her son, so like bought it for her grandson. But like,
Like, are you going to buy one for Walter?
I want to.
I just find it weird that it's like, it's 50 years. Like, you can literally go and find out what's in it. You can ask around.
Yeah.
But I want to be there for it to happen. It's like the lighting of the tree. Like it's only
Yeah.
going to be open that one time.
I get it.
Yeah.
But I mean, like, to me, like, a time capsule of interest would be like, oh, it's been buried for 200 years. Like, then you're like, oh, wow.
Yeah.
Everyone involved is dead.
I'm just happy to see it happen. Like that's my like
Like,
one of
it's-
my
it's-
goals in life.
His life goal is survive until 2041.
Yeah.
It's just so cool. We'll see. It looks like a weird wooden castle. I've no idea.
Castle?
Yeah, like it
Huh.
looks like a cake almost, made of wood.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah,
That's a weird construction.
it is.
It was the 90s, man. It was a time.
It was. Definitely. So anyway, update on that in case people didn't know. 'Cause it's not happening in 7 years. It's happening
18.
In 18, yeah.
in case you thought it was. It's not.
Yeah, so for Old Colony Cast episode like 3084, we'll come back and be there for the opening.
Yeah. I think
On whatever platform, podcasts exist at that
Stream
point.
directly into your consciousness.
Yeah. What else has happened? Well, we're sitting in a new spot.
I was going to say, I don't know if the sound quality is different, but we are in our podcast studio. We moved offices to North Plymouth, right near Cordish Park. And yeah, we have a new office and studio, and it's a little echoey because we haven't committed a lot of time to soundproofing it yet. But that's on the list of 100,000 things we have to do.
It's cool.
Yeah,
It's an old building.
Huh?
It's an old building.
It is. Hang on. I just had this conversation the other day. I want to say it was built in the 60s?
No.
I don't know.
There's no way this was built in the
I don't know.
60s. My house was built in the 60s.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So-
I was told the date, and I was surprised that it felt like it was.
In your opinion, Hannah, when was this built?
Well,
looking around.
But that's
at
really
it.
interesting because there's discussion that it may be torn down.
Yeah.
So then it
I
becomes
mean,
like
I
a
don't think
historical.
it's like I don't think it's historical
Yeah.
age. I just think it's older than the 60s.
57.
I'd say
$1.
like the 40s. I'm going to bet 40s.
Okay.
You're probably right though. You would know better than that.
Well, I remember having the conversation when he said it. I was like, oh, that's not that old.
It just the way the doors are designed.
There's a lot of weird funkiness. Like the
Yeah.
entrance to our office is an exterior door, so clearly things have been like moved and changed and added on. And
Yeah, just because the house was built in the quote unquote 60s doesn't mean any of the walls we're surrounded by were there in the 60s.
yeah,
I just feel like just the layout and design of it is older than the 60s.
yeah.
Oh, see,
Yeah.
the weird thing is, I feel like this has been changed since it was built.
Yeah.
Oh, for sure, because it was supposed to be
'Cause-
like a 2-family.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
like you can't get anywhere in the house.
I guess I mean like just upon the entrance area.
Oh, I feel like that's the newest part.
No, just the layout. I'm going layout, guys.
I know, but like
It's a
that
foyer.
layout's
You go
not
left,
like
there's an office. You go right, there's our
straight
office.
ahead is like 2 bathrooms.
2 bathrooms.
That's what I'm saying. Is like the first door you come through, which leads to the hallway in between the office and
the studio.
The studio is like an interior door, and then the door leading into the office is an exterior door. So clearly that was like you. I'll show you like later that
Yeah.
you can tell that was used to be an exterior door like on the outside of the building.
Yeah.
So
An exterior door on the outside of the building.
yeah.
It's where you put all
Opposed to the
your
exterior
doors
door, no, not ours.
in. Especially now when we have an exterior door on the inside of our
Yeah.
building. That's
Yeah.
kind of the point.
Gotcha.
I
Wow.
used to work with a guy at Home Depot. And this guy worked at Home Depot. He referred to things as interior and outerior. He wasn't very bright.
I like that.
I kind of like the term outerior.
Outerior?
Like it's wrong, but
Yeah.
it's a good kind of wrong.
Just really throw someone and be like, I have ulterior motives, and they'll be like, I don't even know what that means.
Okay,
It
well.
means they're external thoughts that I'm making me burn things.
You did mention that there has been updates to the whole water table Wareham, right?
No. The Bay. Holtec is the company.
You said Holtec. I was thinking of the one that
You were thinking about the Wareham.
I was thinking the Wareham water table. The episode I kind of checked out for.
No, that's okay.
Weird. I didn't know what we were talking about.
As far as Wareham goes, like that, right when I did that episode on that company that was going to come and build the casino, we have just about aged out of that being
A thing.
Oh no, I think they had to wait 3 years to bring it back.
Oh, okay.
So we've aged out of it being not a thing. They could potentially
it may be coming
bring it
back.
back.
Oh, okay,
Yeah.
Interesting. But Holtec is the company that's decommissioning the Plymouth power plant.
Yeah,
Okay.
and there's still a lot of attention around it, and there's still, I feel like every other month there's a protest about it.
Yeah.
As there should be. I don't mean to like laugh at that, but like it's still just happening, and that still they haven't come to a close on how they're going to
Dispose of the...
Yes. But they're leaning on putting it in the bay.
Yeah.
Still.
I knew there were protests on the regular.
On the reg.
And speaking of the bay, this past weekend we had a cruise ship in the bay.
You did?
Yeah, you didn't know this?
No.
Yeah.
Oh my god, I know something that Hannah doesn't know.
I know something Hanna doesn't know.
So proud of myself.
Cool.
Hanna hasn't been
Yeah.
on Facebook at all.
I didn't see it. I'm on Facebook all the time.
So the American Cruise Lines, I think is what they're called.
That's a cruise line, yes,
Yeah.
I think.
Is going to be occasionally, I think a couple times a year, bringing a cruise ship into Plymouth Harbor and staying for, basically they stayed for like 24 hours. It wasn't even that long.
Yeah.
And, so people can tour the downtown area. And hopefully, I haven't talked to anyone that I know that owns any business downtown. Hopefully it's a big influx of business for the day. And there was a big controversy about it. It's partly why they dredged the bay. But the controversy is the lobstermen won't be able to unload their lobsters or fish, whoever unloads there.
Yeah.
And so really what it boils down to is, I guess, for the one day they're not allowed to moor there overnight. They can still go and unload.
Yeah.
So that's my rough understanding. I'm not...
So they weren't just in the bay, they were in the harbor.
Yeah,
Yeah.
They were right behind Woods Seafood, where they put in the whole new pier.
Wow.
And it was pretty huge.
I would imagine. But obviously they do come in varying sizes, so
That's
maybe not one of the biggest.
No.
It's
It's
not
not
like-
like Carnival or
Yeah.
anything. Yeah.
Kind of like a Disney cruise line pulling in.
Could you imagine?
I would estimate maybe 1,000 passengers.
That's a reasonable amount of people on a
Yeah.
boat.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. I mean, it's not small.
I would
but-
call it a ship at that point.
Yeah. I mean, I feel like I call them everything that floats a boat.
There was just an old.
It was literally the first thing that popped
No,
up.
and Andy, whatever floats your boat.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That's not that crazy.
No.
Listeners, Anna is being shown a picture of the cruise ship by Andy.
So maybe even 1,000 might be too many.
Yeah.
It's hard to say because you don't really know what size the rooms are.
Yeah.
And people are like, well, they're paying $7,000 for this trip. They're not going to be spending money downtown. Be like, yeah, they're definitely going to be spending money.
Yeah, no kidding.
If you're spending $7,000, you're going to be spending the day in the port.
Yes.
Yeah.
Walking around. But there's all sorts of pictures. I mean, it's
Wow.
Okay,
it looks pretty big from that angle.
yeah. I mean, it's when you get woods and what building is that? So it is.
Is that the old blue building?
Yeah, so it's about
Yeah.
the size of the 1620 hotel.
Yeah.
Roughly.
Wow.
So it's a lot of people downtown.
That's-
Should have been, hopefully.
Wild.
Yeah. So
There was that other boat.
I can't believe you haven't heard about it because like people were so up in arms about it. And,
yeah.
like, you know, complaining that it wasn't going to do anything for the town.
I think I like have Plymouth, the like Facebook page, like turned off, so I don't see anything from it.
I only see what my friends share.
Yeah. There was that other boat that was the replica of. Do you remember?
Was it,
the Viking one?
No,
that was from,
no more recent. Like I think it
yeah,
was like
a few weeks ago.
it was a tall ship.
Yeah, it was a tall ship, but it was like.
Oh, I missed that entirely.
Okay, for what it's worth,
They
I
were
was
both-
poking around on the American Cruise Line website. I think you're looking at, for any of those ships, about 100 guests.
Oh, wow, that's not that many at all.
I know. Like, anything that I've seen for American Cruise Lines around here is like 100 people.
Yeah. Oh. Okay.
I mean, it's a pretty ship.
Yeah.
I don't know if I'd spend $7,000 to cruise around. Like,
Yeah, but we live here.
I know. Like, I don't know if I would take a cruise to the Mass Maritime Academy, but apparently you can.
Yeah. I mean, and that's just one of those, like, it's so hard to be like, oh, that's so much money to come to where I live, you know?
I know, it's like...
But then, like, I've spent a ton of money going to other places.
I know,
where,
and it's
yeah.
one of those, like, I'm going to take a cruise to the Mass Maritime Academy. We did not just spend 3 months next to the Mass Maritime Academy.
Yeah.
Speaking of things to come in the sea, that there is like a running gag of anyone that comes here on TikTok about visiting
A TikTok gag?
the Plymouth Rock,
And what's the gag?
I
visiting
assume
the
it's
rock.
Plymouth.
Oh, I thought there was like
Yeah. Just like that's like a thing. Like if you go to Plymouth, you
you post a TikTok about how disappointed you are?
pretty much, or like a joke about.
So what
Like-
we need now is Hanna to be waiting down there for some influencers and just jump out and start giving them a random history lesson.
Yeah, seriously.
Like, excuse me, do you know that this was a Revolutionary War hero?
I just like, I get it. It's just a rock. It drives me up the wall when people say it's fake.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, no, it's actually a real rock.
Right, yeah.
Like, is it anything more than just a rock?
Yeah.
Not real.
No.
Not really.
No.
It's questionable. It's not fake.
Yeah, it's, yeah.
I'm like, what do you,
I feel like
just say something else.
I feel like the fake term is the locals. Everything I hear from tourists is, I just thought it was this massive thing.
Yeah, everyone thought
Yeah.
it
Like
was.
the massive stone. No, it's like
Which is
6 feet wide.
And it's like weird because like,
It was really big.
yeah, but I still think they are thinking like,
They were thinking like the Rock of Gibraltar.
I was even thinking of like, what's the one in the Australian outback that I can't think.
Uluru?
Oh, yeah.
They think majestically rising in the wild outback of
Do you know,
Plymouth.
just when people are like, oh, I thought it was massive, and be
Like,
like,
what were you expecting?
but then
A
like I'm
mountain?
like, do I not think of it as massive because I've known about it all my life, and like then I'm like,
Yeah.
I can't even remember any painting.
I can't think of a time in my life where Plymouth Rock wasn't something I knew about to the point where it wasn't.
But like I couldn't think
Weird.
of a painting that like depicts a massive rock.
Yeah.
You know, so I'm like, where are you getting the idea
And
that it's
now
massive?
I kind of want someone to do a painting of like the pilgrims, like bringing in the Mayflower to Plymouth Rock, but Plymouth Rock is like looming over their heads.
There is a painting of, I think it's
Is it a massive rock?
you can't see the edge of it, and they're stepping onto it. It's
okay.
it's in the Pilgrim Hall Museum. It's pretty big, and it's Mary something
Shelley.
Wilson. No, Mary Shelley. Yeah, it was her.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Car writer and painter.
Yeah. No, I forget. It's Mary something, I believe. Chilton coming.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Plymouth Rock landing. And honestly, the rock's not that big.
No.
It's just on the very edge of the frame.
There's, yeah.
Like,
That's kind of what I
Like it's
like I said.
like the rock
Yeah.
sticks like a
Thanks for listening, Fish.
no, it comes in from like the edge of the painting, comes in like a quarter of the
Because
way.
the name of the painting is like landing on
Plymouth Rock landing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is, I haven't seen that thing in like 15 years. So this is, I'm like really reaching into my memory. Is it Mary Chilton?
Yeah, it is. Yeah, that's right. Hanna knows stuff.
It's a cool painting.
It's not the whole point of the podcast.
It's big too. It's like 12 by 12 feet or something.
So basically, the rock's actual size.
Yeah.
Nice. Have there been any other updates on anything else we've covered in the past? I'm trying to think of
what's been going. Like, what else has been going on around? I'm trying to think too.
I've been having a lot of conversations about the station nightclub fire, which...
Oh, tornadoes.
Oh my God, tornadoes like all over the place.
My dad's house got hit by a tornado in Brockton 3 days ago.
Really?
Yes.
Jeez.
I mean, it wasn't like an F5 or anything.
Yeah,
like that,
no, but
that's still, especially in
tornadoes a
Brockton
lot.
too.
Was it the tornado or is it one of like the microbursts?
Oh, it was a tornado.
Okay.
He like saw it.
'Cause I know-
he saw it coming towards their house.
Oh my God, that's so weird.
Yeah.
Yeah, we've had a ton of like tornado
Yeah,
warnings.
I've been in a lot more tornado warnings in the last week than I had
Yes.
before in my life.
Yeah.
And he said the same thing when he started telling the story. He's like, I did what I always do when I get a tornado warning. Ignore it.
Ignore it.
Yeah, it's like I was at work for the one that
Yeah.
like the day I was at work, and I'm just like at the back door to the store because that's where I work. I work at the exit, the rear loading dock. And then I'm sitting there, and then a couple of my vendors show up because Target kicked them out because in the tornado warning, Target closes, and all their employees shelter in the middle of the store.
So
That I, however, was hanging out by open receiving door, but I did tell my vendors that in case of emergency, could shelter in the store because I don't feel like training a new goldfish guy.
Oh my gosh.
one of them was on a Saturday night, and I was going to see Yachtly Crew, which if you haven't seen Yachtly Crew, you should totally go see Yachtly Crew. They're a lot of fun.
Okay.
And so we pull up to the South Shore Music Circus is that Cohasset?
I think so.
I think it's Cohasset. And they're telling people like, oh, park over there, but stay in your cars. We're not opening the doors until 8. Doors are supposed to be at 7, band was supposed to go on at 8. And we're like, I mean, okay. And they literally park you in bumper to bumper. So, like, you can't ever be like, nah, I don't want to wait anymore and leave.
It's like, oh, yeah. No,
you're
waiting.
stuck there.
You're committed.
Yeah.
And so I'm like, this is stupid. Like, I mean, I guess because it's a tent, they can't let you in if it's going to be lightning because it was rainy.
Right.
It was stormy out.
And so then I'm like looking up their like weather policies on their website, trying to figure out what's going on because they didn't really tell us anything.
Yeah.
And then they open the doors, and it is the second they open the doors, it's torrential downpour and lightning all over the place, and I am irate because I'm like, I don't understand. Why didn't they just let us in? This is stupid. Blah blah blah.
Yeah.
I'm like, I know there's probably a reason. I just want to know what it is. Yeah, there was a tornado warning. I had no idea. Like everyone else's phone, I guess, got like notifications.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But me and my friend Sam never got one when we were there.
There was one the other day that happened and I didn't get it, and
Yeah.
I heard everyone else's phone go off
Yeah.
except mine.
Yeah,
It was
like I have yet to get one on my phone.
I had 2.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was great. It was the one ended, and then the second one immediately started.
My dad's had a window get pushed into his house and smashed.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Is he okay?
Yeah, everyone was
Yeah,
fine, but
everyone's
he
all right.
literally just like saw it happening because his girlfriend was like, hey, you gotta come check out the weather out here.
It almost looks like a tornado.
That tornado was like, I've seen Twister. That's
And
what
then
a tornado
he
was
gets
like.
out there and sees it like coming towards the house, and he was like, and grabbed her and like pulled her in, and they have like a 3-season porch, and it. Yeah, I was
Yeah.
like, this is the craziest thing I've ever heard. So yeah, you got hit by a tornado.
Wow, yeah, it's nuts.
I know, but they have been everywhere, and
Yeah.
it made me think of
The Western tornado.
Western tornado.
right?
Yeah.
that episode. Did I tell you that I ran into a friend right after we recorded that who he was like, what's your podcast about? Like I was telling him, like, oh,
Yeah.
just record it, whatever. And he was like, I told him a little bit of everything. We just did one on the Worcester tornado. And he knew more about it than I did. He knew the most about
Wow.
it. Was insane. He was like knew the year, knew like how much the damage was. Like I was like, what is going on right now? And then he like,
See, I would have just been like, he clearly listens to the show.
no, but we had just recorded it.
Oh, we hadn't even put
I
it up
had
yet.
my notebooks in hand, like I was coming from recording.
Oh, okay.
Oh, jeez.
And he like was able to recite like literally everything about that tornado. Turns out he's just a tornado enthusiast, and we spent like the afternoon like
weird-
looking at tornadoes. He like pulled up YouTube. He's like, watch this. It was crazy.
It's an entirely unsurprising kind of weird, to be honest. Like, yeah, that's the thing people get into.
Yeah.
Extreme weather is...
Yeah.
Right.
It's super cool when it's not happening to you.
And because we were talking about Twister, I do have another local update. Not an episode we had done before that I can remember, but Peaceful Meadows is closing.
Oh yes, that's a
Cows,
big one.
Twister, see?
Yeah, I got there.
We got
Yeah.
cows.
We got cows. Yeah, so that's like a like very nostalgic part of my
Yes.
childhood.
Yeah.
I bet.
Yeah.
That was my mom's first job at that one.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, the one in Whitman.
Yeah.
That had the cows.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I know the one
It's crazy.
that used to be in Middleborough is something else now.
Yeah, and I hear the one here in Plymouth is closing very
Yeah.
soon.
That's crazy.
So, Hannah, if it's time for you to open an ice cream stand.
Yeah.
It's literally insane.
Called Misfo Petals. Doesn't really roll off the tongue.
Peaceful Meadows is so good. I literally love it so much. I've had more fraps than I could fathom to count.
Yeah.
I used to get one like every day.
Oh, they're fantastic.
Yes.
My favorite used to be I don't know if they do it anymore, or if it was only the Whitman one. They used to have a apple pie sundae.
Yes.
So
So
it
good.
was like hot apple. Oh,
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh my god, very good. No, they did that in Plymouth too. They have their blueberry cheesecake ice cream. This is the best. I usually get a chocolate frap with an actual banana in it.
Okay.
So good.
That sounds pretty good.
So good. The best. I can't think of anything else, and I feel like there's something that I like read and I was like, we're gonna talk about that.
Well, I feel like...
Lots of whales.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Lots of
Sharks.
whales.
Plenty of sharks.
Plenty of sharks.
Yep, lots of sharks.
I'm trying to think if there was anything else interesting.
I know.
Cape traffic, terrible.
Oh my god, someone got on. My friend called me going down to the Cape, and someone cars broke down Sunday morning, coming off of the Cape on the Sagamore Bridge. On the bridge.
Wow.
She was like, they must feel like the worst person in the
I think I would
planet.
get out and just push my car.
Yeah.
Well, you know, I'd be like, I know this looks bad, but
It was
Yeah.
the same friend whose mom put something in the time capsule.
oh yeah,
Yeah. So funny.
Was it her alternator?
It was just like crazy. She called. She's like, "I'm actually listening to your canal episode," and
Stuck.
and someone ruined everyone's Sunday.
Like, I'm listening to the canal episode while I'm sitting over the canal.
Yeah.
Well, she was going the opposite way, and it only affected literally everyone trying to get home. For the
That
weekend.
is the worst part about that is like one thing goes wrong
Mm-hmm.
and just all traffic is at a complete dead standstill. Mm-hmm. I was on the scenic highway one time and there was a bus that had caught fire, like a school bus, and like I was sitting stuck there without moving at all.
Yeah.
Like car in park for like at least an hour and a half.
I was stuck on what's the one going into Boston? 93.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was going just right before Dorchester, and an 18-wheeler had flipped over and was blocking almost the entire highway.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was nuts.
Yeah.
I was like, all right, that's why all the traffic. And they were able to squeeze one car in at a time to go around it.
God.
Yeah.
Terrible.
Yeah,
Terrible, terrible,
I
terrible.
know.
Yeah, I'm trying to think if there's anything else.
You got anything, Fish?
No, I got slightly sidetracked. I was trying to figure out why they're called fraps in New England.
Oh, it is a thing, yeah.
It's a
Oh, that is an excellent question.
it is.
Yeah.
And yeah,
Well, you got Fribble, which is a Friendlies.
that's a
specific-
Friendly's
Yeah.
brand name thing.
Yeah.
But like a frap in New England is basically for everyone listening,
It's a milkshake.
a milkshake with
Ice
in New
cream.
England is a milkshake without ice cream.
Wait.
Milkshakes in New England.
Yes.
technically don't have ice cream.
Yeah.
If you add ice cream to it, it's a frap.
Yes.
And frap is a French term that means like slapped or knocked around or frappe.
Yeah.
But I'm not sure why it's called a frap in Massachusetts.
No clue.
That's interesting. Yeah.
I've never even questioned it.
Yeah, I never even really thought about it
When I
being
worked
in Massachusetts.
I worked at LSU.
And I can't really find a decent source because it's like I can see it as a New England thing, like we got it from like French Canada, but
No. There's
like,
not like
it's not like a Vermont or upstate New York thing, and I feel like if you're coming from French Canada,
There's
you would have been there too.
there's a lot of French people in Rhode Island. That could be. That
yeah,
could
but
be
is
a
it
thing.
a Rhode Island thing?
We're close enough.
Yeah.
But I remember when I worked at the ice cream place at Ellis Haven in West Plymouth, we would write frap, how much it was. And like if someone wasn't from there, they'd be like, can I get a frappe? What's a frappe?
What's a frappe?
What's a frappy?
Yeah, or a frappe.
Frappe.
Yeah.
I said frappe just jokingly, but
Well, like parfait.
Yeah.
Frappe.
Frappe, yeah.
It makes sense.
no.
But yeah, it's not something I could find a quick etymology on, so I kind of.
I'll figure it out.
Yep, we'll get into that.
I'll find it. I will say, so you know how we call bubblers?
Mhm.
Water bubblers?
Yep.
The original inventor and patent on it called it
A bubbler.
a bubbler.
Yeah, and the only
Interesting.
places that call it that are here in Wisconsin.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Otherwise,
I
it's
feel like we could do like a whole
Fountain.
episode
on
terminology
Yeah.
and
Yeah,
pronunciations and
we could.
we could.
English to Massachusetts dictionary.
Yeah,
Good idea.
Name of the title.
The Boston English.
Name of the title?
Yes,
Title of the
name
episode. We'll work on that one.
Okay.
Cool. I think that's pretty much all the updates I have. Congratulations and welcome to the world, Walter.
Thank you. For Walter.
Yeah, and you know, as soon as he starts talking, we'll have him do an episode
If we could get his first words on the podcast, that would be lovely.
called "The History of the Raisin I Found Under the Couch."
Yeah. Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
I guess this is the part where we stop talking.
And thanks for checking out the show today, listeners. If you enjoyed the content today, you can go over to patreon.com/Inebri-art to support the show. You can join over there for just a few dollars a month and help us provide this fun content that you just checked out. You can also email us at Inebri-art.com with your questions, complaints, and concerns, or you can find us on all social medias at Inebri-art or at Inebri-art6 on Instagram. And also don't forget to check out our other shows, Bar Talk Podcast, Old Colony Cast, Inebri-art, and all the other shows on the Inebri-art Network, which you can find at Inebri-art.com. Thanks again for listening.